Deb, second?
Yes, but I have a question, yes,
Yep.
and then I have a question. I
Yep.
just want clarification on
Yep.
the rate for the judges, where it said starting in 2027.
Oh, it should be 2026.
Should that be
26.
Well, we discussed it for 27, is
Seven.
what I
Because we've
thought.
already, yeah,
We
because
already
Oh,
did
because
that.
Yeah,
Sure.
we
they've
hired
already
this, right?
hired,
Okay.
yeah, they've
Okay.
already hired them for 26 and committed to that one.
That one?
Yeah,
Yep, okay,
You're
I
right.
just wanted to make sure
Yeah,
that that was
you're
right,
right.
so.
it's kind of weird, but it is right.
Yeah. So,
I'll second.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, okay. Approved. All right.
Aye.
Okay. All right, public comment? Hearing? All right, Johnny, you're up.
Great.
Give us an update if you could on what's going on.
Yeah, so far, looks like our two front runners for the fair races would be the Shackleton Memorial Race, which is a Midwest Touring Super Stock Series. We've had them in the past, and we've drawn close to 60 Super Stocks, and then this Soybert Calf Ranch is looking at sponsoring a Dirt Kings late model tour, and strictly for county fairs. So they're another front runner that we're looking at for that weekend. We're just trying to get the dates figured out. And if it works out, we want to try to get Rice Lake to get on board with us for that weekend for the Super Stock Series, because they run Supers too, and they usually try to do their touring series race the same night, weekend we do, because they run Saturdays. So if we can get two tracks to run together Friday, Saturday, we can get more of the northern cars to come down because it's more worth their travel. So that's where we're at right now. We have one more scheduling meeting coming up later this week, and then hopefully I should have some stuff tied down for next time you guys get together, or shortly after the holidays anyway.
When will you know, or when do you normally get that stuff like figured out for the next
We're
year?
hoping to have like a final draft of the schedule here by shortly before Christmas. So in the next 2 weeks.
Okay. We had talked about last time when you were here about the beer sales house, so everybody knows, how does that normally work over there?
So normally, for the entire week of the fair, I believe it's the Fish and Game that uses the area under the grandstand there, the garage door, where we usually sell beer for our bigger events out of. And so I think what happens is, well, they get part of the beer sales and then they pay the fair, presume, part of it. Is that how it works? So we talked about it at our last couple of meetings, and we would like to propose the fact that we would take over beer sales under the grandstands, because now we built the Red Cedar Speedway beer barn under there. So there's a big wall that's all advertised, and then we're looking to put closed circuit TV and a small bar in for people to be able to sit at. And we have 5 of your like glass front coolers that we stock with the beer too. So we would literally be able to file people in. ATM's there if they need it, file them in and file them out the side door. Just perfect flow. And one of the main reasons why we would like to probably try to take that over, if you guys are interested in helping us out with that, is we get a lot of revenue off of beer, and it helps us pay the purse for our races.
Oh, sure.
And helps us with general upkeep, because like we talked about at the last meeting too, is we try to keep our fair races as cheap as possible to try to draw in A, new fans that have never come and watched a dirt track race, and B, just more people in general that might possibly do something different that night instead of coming, because then we can get them into
So
the
your admission is normally during the fair cheaper, so then
Our admission
so
is
you don't
usually-
get the beer sales like you normally do,
Right.
and then your admission's cheaper.
And then, so our regular grown-up admission price, just to give you an idea, is $15 for a regular show. We charge $10 for the fair. So just to try to get more people in, and, you know, especially when you can get a family of 4 or whatever, and kids
So-
to come in and.
If you can up the purse, like how many more, like, I don't even know, like say dollar amount, like how much more do you need to like make it worthwhile to really draw like more people in, right? You know,
I mean-
is there enough beer to sell there that can you sell enough to?
For the weekend, yeah, because, you know, we run the demo and stuff too, and demo usually, other than last year when it was 150 degrees. With the demo and the tractor pull and stuff, we usually get a really good turnout even for Sundays with beer sales and stuff like that for the demo. And it pulls a lot of people. It just make a bigger difference for us to be able to pay these traveling classes, and, you know, if you can get, like I said, like the Super Stock Series, you're trying to get these guys from North Dakota, South Dakota, northern Minnesota to come down, and the better we can do a payout, like counting on at least some more revenue, the better chance we have of getting 60, maybe more Super Stocks. Same thing with the Dirt Kings. Their late model payout is higher than what our weekly $1,000 to win is for our Minnesota late models. It just allows us to possibly bring in some classes that even if you do go to Menominee to our regular races, you wouldn't see on a regular basis.
So what are you looking for as far as the beer sales?
We would like to do, handle all the beer sales under the grandstands for all of the events on that side of the park.
So it'd be kind of like we have right now. You guys would take care of furnishing the beer and everything. You
Yep.
just cut us a check at the end of the day.
Yeah, and we would just, I'd take care of liquor licenses already with all the races. And we would have all the beer set up with Scott Weber. We'd probably have a trailer parked in there, and that would be pretty much hands off for you guys. We would take care of it.
Is there any conflicts during the fair when we have our beer license on the grounds and you guys have the beer license during that week or anything like
That I
that?
can check into.
I'm just curious. I have no idea.
I think you can have,
We've never had a problem with that, just because we're covering our area and you guys are
Yep.
covering yours, and we're just responsible for our spot.
Yep.
So I don't see there being any issue, but I can definitely ask the ladies at City Hall.
yeah, I don't think there's.
What is the beer sales right now? Like what's the percent?
50/50.
50/50.
You're okay, you would be okay with
I think
that?
we'd be just fine with that. I mean, when you think about not getting any of it now, we have to count on concessions only.
And do you have people there working already, right?
Yeah, and we're used to, like, I know Austin's seen it and some others have seen it. When we sold for the high limits, we had close to 4,000 people there we went through. I mean, we had 5 people, we had 3 bar backs, 2 bartenders, and we have the square system now throughout our area, so we can keep track of all that stuff electronically. Like, we sold a lot of beer for some of these races in the Punky Manor when we don't get rain. So, like, we're used to dealing with large volumes of people around the grandstands, which is part of the reason why we kind of changed up that area under the grandstands to, people don't like to walk all the way from the grandstands out behind by the bathrooms to our beer window. They want to get back and see the show as soon as possible. So some of the bigger shows, we've actually even had like Texas Icers out front, and that just, you know, ice adds up and whatever else. So we're like, what if we did this, and if we got a little shot of rain during the show, our Dirt Race Central that we already cast our races on, they have closed circuit TVs, so we could have TVs under the grandstands for the stuff that's going on. And then people can duck in there, have a beer and whatever if they want to get out from the grandstands, and especially the more packed shows when they want to maybe not be so intimate with the person next to them. So I don't, it's a win. I think it's a win-win in the future for probably both sides, just because it helps us add to the show.
Do you know what you guys currently charge for beer?
I think we charge, what is it? I'd have to look and see what the updated prices are, but it's usually around $3, I think, for Busch Light. Some of your other ones, I think, are $4. Waters, I think we charge $1.
What is it over in our beer? Or
$4.
$4 straight across, I think.
Yeah.
But we don't have everything, right? It's,
Right,
No,
but-
we have Budweiser, Bud Light, Mick Busch, Coors, White, or King and Jack, Spotted Cloud,
So you guys have pretty much the
Twisted
same thing we
Tea,
do.
Ultra.
Everything that Bill says.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and some of that is like 86 cents a can up to $1.30.
No,
Or
but
is
sure.
the highest, which is like,
but even
Which
as,
still
like
gives
for the
us
week
all
of the
quite a-
fair, if
We
you made
just
it
go-
$4.
Yep, well, we don't want to pull anybody from the free stage, so it's like,
yeah.
we
Yeah,
just
if we
assume
can
share.
Have the price, and if you make, yeah.
I mean, you're low, you don't make as much on some of the brands, but you make more on others.
Right, like your
You know?
spot.
But I would just say, like,
or
you're,
whatever else we have to
right, but if you, as long as both places would be the same price.
Yep.
So just for your information, John, in 25, of course, Thursday night there was no grandstand, but we sold $12,055 in beer. But Sunday was really slim. We only sold $1,583. And 24 was probably more, 24 was probably more typical. We had 14,758.
Yeah, you could just tell.
Because we, we sold $4,100, over $4,100 in that year. So.
You could tell from us working like the infield and track prepping and stuff, but when I was looking up at the grandstand, it's like,
It's too hot.
yeah, it's hot.
What about that? So you guys, from my understanding, you guys got coolers anyway. So
Yep.
the ice thing is,
We have
you have your own.
freezers for ice too, in case we
It's
need
the
it,
same
because
freezers we have.
we
That's what I
do
was
some.
gonna ask.
No.
No?
No, we get our ice in 20-pound bags, and we have 2 chest freezers that are inside that, behind the wall of the new beer barn. And we can hang on to that in case we would happen to need it for purposes of we have 5 of the 3-door glass coolers, and then we usually have like a mini trailer that Bill's will bring in for whatever. But we on a typical night we'll sell a small bag of plastic bag of ice for $1, like on a Friday night for people that bring their coolers in or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Because we check coolers, and if they come and get their 6-pack of beer, they can get a bag of ice for $1 just to put your.
Oh, sure, so
Yeah.
right now. Okay. Well, anybody else got any questions for Donnie?
No, I don't think so, but I like the idea.
Yeah. Yeah, so you'll know, you're saying here in the next probably couple weeks and what's going on, and we'll
Yep.
just stay in touch. And
100%.
I'll just give it back to the board. I just wanted you to come in for the beer sales stuff. or
Yeah,
talk
and like I
about
said,
that.
I think we constantly work together anyway, back and forth with everything that goes
Yeah,
on.
I think
so
it's a
it just
win situation.
makes sense to,
Right.
Yeah, instead of us having to worry about getting the fishing game over there and their ice for them.
They're pretty upset right now,
No.
the fishing game is, with
Oh,
us, because the Lions Club called them and told them that they were taking it all over.
Well, the Lions Club,
I don't know, Kellen got a text message from Scott Sims that says,
That's.
so you got any
That's
hints?
life.
Yeah, so you got
That's-
any hints for the beer sales, because we're taking it over next year.
That's
And
just.
Kellen was pretty upset.
we never made that.
And I know, we never talked about that.
But
at the
anyway,
meeting.
no.
And I
We
told
never
him
told
that.
them.
We
I
talked.
said,
Yeah,
we
we talked,
never
yeah.
talked about
We
that at
talked,
the
so-
meeting.
Yeah, so we got your ideas, we'll bring it to, we'll talk
Yeah.
about your as a board, make that decision here. I'll let you know, obviously, and
Yeah.
then we'll just kinda keep in touch and,
I'll let you guys know as soon as we got something, kind of bolted down for a schedule, and once
yeah.
contracts start flying around with.
So your big race you're gonna do Saturday night then?
It would be we're not sure what we're doing on our Saturday yet, because they farmed out the Dirt Kings, so that would be Friday night. They wanna come Friday night, which
Dirt
is,
King.
yep. So, and then we would probably have the Super Stocks the same night. So it would be a pretty
That'd be a
good,
hell of
but
a-
the nice thing is we could have 2 quality shows with only a couple classes, and then if everything works out good, we get everybody out of the grandstands at a decent time to come over to the free stage, or you know what I mean, because we always try to get done, even though we don't have a curfew, we try to get done early so people can get out and enjoy and the less classes with the better shows, for me, works out better for everybody, because it's less track prep, it's a better show, and people still go home happy with what they paid to get in, and without the filler classes, some of them.
What would we do Saturday night then?
That's what we're trying to figure out. We've been in contact with the USMTS Modified Series, and they've expressed interest. And now that we're bringing the USRA late models on a regular basis at Menominee, we're looking at possibly doing something special with them, because we can do an invite with them. The problem with us on a Saturday is WSOTA being our main sanctioning body, we don't get priority on a Saturday night race if there's somebody within so many miles like Rice Lake that races on that night. So we have to play with that a little bit. So that's why we would probably look at non-sanctioned classes, or else classes. I've already been talking back and forth with Colby Keel at owns Rice Lake. If there's a couple classes they might not run, we could maybe wind up having like a Midwest Mod special or something. But he was gonna check, because that starts running around the time of their street stock, big street stock race up there. And so, yeah, a lot of stuff in the works that hopefully we can get bolted down in the next couple of weeks. Something different that nobody sees.
I don't.
I would love to bring the high limits in for the fair, but I think we'd have to bus people in for, that sprint car show?
They're coming through in June.
Yeah, they're
5th.
coming June 3rd or 5th,
Yeah.
coming back that same week.
Yeah, or if the World of Outlaws were down at.
Francis still won't get back to us on that. He's just kind of on around, and I even see they're up in the Midwest in a couple of the tracks.
Right.
too.
No,
We'll keep pushing.
Mississippi Thunder somewhere around that time too.
Yeah.
Just down the road. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of good ideas, and like I said, if you guys got any other questions in the meantime, you know where to
Well,
find
the
me.
races where they put the steering wheel up on top of the car and they just kind of drive around and hit each other. It's not a demo, but they race. Have you ever seen those?
No,
You gotta get over it.
I've watched a lot of different racing, but that
You
is.
guys pull the camper trailers around.
Yeah, that'd be worse than cleaning up after the demo.
Oh, yeah. Hey, no, you got the whole
Have you
track.
ever seen those things all destroyed all over the place? I'm like, oh no.
It's like a rolling enduro.
Yeah, we get, how about, we, remember how we had the school buses right when we were out of high school?
Uh-huh.
School bus races?
Yeah, Cedar Lake still does that. It's huge, but anyway.
There's some
I-
fairs that
yeah.
do the combine
I've been to
demos too,
combine ones,
and they're just
once.
huge.
I did
That's a
the
frickin' mess.
motocrossy,
Yeah.
that dirt bike. I did that summer after high school at the Dunn County Fair. That was pretty cool.
You
Tried
weren't,
to-
you weren't the one that broke your leg, were you?
No, no.
Good deal, good deal.
I went over the berm, but I didn't. But I mean, that was a cool thing that toured. I don't know if we get the pull that it did then, but
Yeah.
It's
It's,
cool.
it's a lot of work getting it ready with hauling all the dirt in
Yeah.
and building the berms.
worse than even the
If you had school
the
buses,
derby.
you wouldn't have to probably do anything. They won't get going.
No, we just gotta figure out where to keep them all until then. Cedar Lake's got that, like, 100 and however many acres back behind the sandbox. Things in the weeds, you don't have anywhere to put them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
Thanks, Johnny.
Just to make sure. So like on Thursday, if there's no races or anything, you have no problem if we use any of that area over there in the pits for parking, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, no problem at all. Well, just as long as we can get our prep equipment from our fuel tank in that back corner by that secondary gate out to the exit, you guys are good to do.
Just in case, if
Yep.
Chris Cruzy does bring in a lot of people,
Yep,
we run out of parking, we might have to put cars somewhere in the pits.
That open show on Saturday, we're wondering too.
Yeah, that open show on Saturday, and that, how, I guess it all depends on who you have coming in on Saturday, on how early people, because last year we had issues.
Show starts, they start rolling in around 5 in the morning, and then we're hoping to use, what side is that?
Left side.
West side?
The extended pit.
Yeah, the extended
Extended
pit,
pit.
to park some trailers there until they're done with the show, which should be done by 3.
The cattle trailers, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then we just open up a gate, that way they can just kinda go out when they're done.
if they can get like in that closest part,
Keep them west as far as we can.
yeah. Just cause like, same thing, if we wind up with travel late models or something, they'll be coming in from a different town, and a lot of the, dirt came from over by Shawano and around that area, so they'll be trying to come in as early as they can, but we'll try to make room for them. Like I said, we won't be running as many classes, so we can give away some of our regularly full-time stalls for guys that won't be there for that weekend.
Well, and if it gets down to it, I can just call you. or
Just
whatever.
bouncing around on, the side by side or golf cart or whatever, yeah. We can get her squared away. You guys usually know everybody that parks over there. so-
Yeah, and if we just keep them farthest west and move east, that way people are pulling in, cause like a lot of your big rigs usually are more east, well,
They have
east,
to come
south
in
and east,
against
come
that
in
chain
and then
link,
come
yeah.
in along the chain link there.
Yeah,
so
that's one of our biggest.
if we can leave that area kinda open, try to park alongside the road and go along that back a little bit or whatever.
Yeah, it'll be a whole different animal out racing, not racing Thursdays, so there'll be a lot more opportunities to play with parking and stuff like
Yeah, I
that.
like that. I do.
Yeah, it works for me. Okay, so, any other questions? You guys give me a holler.
Thanks,
everybody. See you Wednesday.
Yep.
All right, Austin.
Oh. We, it's more on the just office staff for it, but, we're gonna, as of now, bring, a financial specialist from a different department down at facilities that's, getting full-time hours right now and wants to stay at part-time, so it would be a perfect spot for her. And, she's got some background in fair stuff when it comes to, helping out with the, treasurer stuff. So, and expressed, some interest in that. So, she'll be coming in after the first of the year when we can backfill our current spot. And right now, we're just maintaining, to get us through the end of the year, while that position just got posted. So that's coming. As far as any facility updates over at the fair, nothing to report. This month, we received a check, $1,500 from XL Energy for 2025 sponsorship for Friends at the Fair. I don't know if I can, it's got our address here, but it's got Friends at the Fair, so
Right.
is that
It
able?
goes to, the actual Friends of the Fair, the 501c3 that's set up. It has to go mailed to, I've given that information to, no, upstairs.
Beata?
Yeah, but I can send it to you. It goes to Kathy Christensen. She's the chair of that committee
Okay,
and has the accounts.
okay, so you'll let me know where to send it, okay.
I'll do that right now.
We got that. Other than that, just a renewal for the fairs membership. And I'll get sent out after the first of the year. And that's what I got for this month's
Questions
report.
for Austin? Nope. All right. I guess, we're up. What's that?
So I sent Derek the two superintendents,
Yep.
small animal, Katie, not Jacobson anymore, her last name, and then
I still call her Jacobson.
Baumheim or something. It still shows up as Jacobson in some like email and stuff
Yep.
too. So, and then her mom was going to do the superintendent for the horse project. So that's great. Got that taken care of, and that's in your hands now. And want to double check, Deb? Last time I was here, you said awards are at noon, right?
Yes,
You
they used to be
push-
at 1 o'clock.
Push up. Okay, just
Yeah.
want to double check
Yeah.
that because we're also changing this stuffed animal show to noon, which used to be at
Yes.
1, but different days. Okay, just making sure I have all that straight. I run it by Amy, but I think that actually worked nice for us because we talked about the pie and ice cream social and maybe cutting it a little bit shorter just with how hot it gets and having those pies outside for so long. And people don't want cream pies, any pies that's been sitting out in the sun for 3 hours. But then we talked about, well, let's keep it open until after the awards. Well, if the awards are shorter, then we can cut everything back a little bit. So I think that worked good for us.
So what time are you
Yeah,
thinking of doing the pie and ice cream social from then?
Probably from, if the awards at noon, probably from like 10 to 1, I would guess, or 10 to 12:30. So the thought was, and that's not set in stone, we have to go from that by the Leaders Council again, but the idea was to just have it open during the awards and then like right away after, and then after like the crowd clears out, probably close it up. So, yeah, that's distracting. But so,
How long did it run?
I think it used to go till 2 o'clock.
Is that 2?
Yeah, so looking at just doing a little bit shorter. Maybe less pies too.
No.
Maybe more pies.
That's the worst idea I've ever heard in my life.
Just gotta have more people eating.
Less pie. No, more pies, kind of like cowbell.
Same amount of pies. I don't know. There's been discussion about how we have to give away free. I don't know.
Larry and I can only eat so much, right?
Some people are concerned about giving away free pies. Other people aren't. I'm not concerned about it.
I wasn't
It's
concerned
all
about
donated
3 for 1
anyways,
or
but.
whatever it was.
But as that gets closer, we'll figure out the exact times and stuff about that. think that's about all I got. Otherwise, in 4-H, things are still going good. Enrollment's going good. We got a couple new projects coming up. Robotics this weekend, going to the play this weekend. So, new things keep kids interested. But in terms of fair, I think that's everything I need.
I got a question since Zach's up, I got a question for you all. I know we do the theme ideas and stuff, but what would you guys think about having the input of the 4-H clubs for the theme, and then have them get back to us when do we normally have that, by March?
I did have a question.
And then we could pick out that theme, and we'll vote on it, or however you guys see fit. It's just an idea to get those 4-H clubs involved.
Even just have them give us ideas.
Yeah,
for a
right.
thing.
It's not that we
Give an
can,
idea or whatever.
yeah, we'll just, it's just an idea that I had. I haven't talked to nobody, obviously, but what do you guys, since he's up?
I like the idea of, have each club bring an idea or a slogan here and we'll vote on it.
Just have them email it to you, and then we can.
Do we put it as like an idea, so say if we wanna change it a little bit, we could, like give us a theme idea, so then if we put a little twist to it, or do you just wanna say just let them?
I like the idea of having the kids pick the theme that they want at the fair. True. It's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, and we need a date on that probably, so
Yeah, we're gonna
February 1st cutoff.
Cause then what most 4-H clubs will meet in December yet, and January?
They'll meet in December.
Most of them are meeting right now.
Yeah, they're
Ours
meeting
is
right
meeting
now.
tonight.
Yeah, so it would be January meeting, and I'd get it out to them in the newsletter in January. So if we could do like halfway through February, so like have the January and
Yeah, so we
February
can
meetings.
do it, like, we'll have it, and we'll be voting on it on March 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it by March. Are you thinking like a prize for them, or just?
That's what I'm asking.
Reagan,
Yeah,
right?
Throwing out the idea here. So,
If I was gonna go anywhere with it, I'd like to, see the fair come up with, first, second, and third with cash prize and,
There's only 3 clubs.
well, good enough. Everybody wins. First, second, and third. You know what? Then
Sponsored by Bjork.
I would sponsor it if it got to that. But I mean, gives
well,
the,
Jim, we're always looking for sponsors.
it would give the treasurer something to do. I mean, the thing is, they're learning to do stuff. Let's help them get something to do.
Are you looking to sponsor that, or?
Yeah,
We gotta set them up as a vendor.
Yeah.
What, $5, $10, and $15.
How do you do if we're only picking one theme though? How do you do first, second, and third?
Were you gonna use your theme, yours was the second?
I like what you're thinking though.
I do like
Some
the
type of
idea
a-
of whatever club gets picked, we should come up with an idea for that club.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do something at the fair.
Maybe it's
even.
50 or $100. That's sponsored. If you could get it
Yeah.
sponsored, and you're willing to, that person's willing to give out that money, then fine. It's just idea.
The dogs did not like the rent.
They're not, they don't.
I think they're excited about the idea, is what I think.
We've been talking about pie and ice cream, you got them all going.
So,
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
great.
There'll be something.
yeah.
I don't know what it is yet,
Okay.
but
We'll get something.
we'll find something.
Yeah, but he should know that.
I was just gonna say, I think
We
that
should
we
know
ought to make a number, just so we can get that out there,
Yeah.
and that way they
So-
know.
The
I
fair,
just think.
fair sign contest is $75 for first place.
The what
The
contest?
fair
The
side.
fair
Fair
sign.
sign. That has less
There's a-
thought, and that has less thought to it because they already had the theme.
Yeah, but they have
Right,
to put the
but they have to put it,
decorations.
but then, there's a judging points, score points, and different
Yeah.
things in the fair book. If you wanna use some of those rules, we could.
Say $100 for the first, whoever's.
I make a motion that the winner of it, they get $100.
Larry's
I'll
sponsor.
second it.
I'll second it.
And I'll sponsor it.
Okay, discussion.
You might have to remind me.
Looks like you're signing him up as a vendor, good luck to you.
Yeah, sponsored by, yeah. Sponsored by Larry Bjork.
Yeah.
Does your wife know she's sponsoring this?
Hey, Bjork Plumbing will sponsor it. Don't worry.
All right, thank
Okay.
you, Larry.
You bet.
All right, all in favor of that? Aye?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that
I love
passes.
it.
So,
Sounds
yeah.
good. So
That,
the,
you'll
That's
send
fun,
that
right?
out.
I'll set it up,
some
bring them to
thought.
me, I'll pass them off to you,
Yep.
or to the board.
Yep, and then
Sounds
by
good.
March, just
March 2nd.
second.
Okay, yeah. Very
Would,
good.
when we've done it before, Deb,
Yeah,
haven't we, told people that we're kinda looking for something that they can use that theme and decorating in the barn and stuff like that, should, you know, if we're gonna,
Well, that's what it, yeah.
Yeah.
they-
Yeah, it's a-
I mean, they would know that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I can put out that, make sure you pick a theme that you can have decorations.
Yeah.
Board
So
up, put
maybe
it for
some,
AI, I
couple of
don't
the
know.
ones that have been picked before.
I had one more question too, I almost forgot
Yep,
to ask.
go ahead.
Do you have the date, now it's early, but in the sense of getting things out, the date of the weigh-in February?
That's the next, yeah, Troy's up next.
Can you figure that out? Okay,
It's Valentine's Day.
there you go.
Yeah, I do believe it is
It is
Valentine's
Kiss your
Day.
cows, I love it.
But, yeah, you might
But-
as well
and-
leave right
but
into that.
the-
There you go, Troy.
So you can let them know though too, the rules, Tina just sent us the new rules and the new
Just
bylaws
tonight, yep.
just tonight.
And I'll send that to Kristen.
So we can get that, but the beef weigh-in is optional,
Okay,
Zach.
still doing option like we did last year?
Yeah, we'll do it like last year, it went well that way, we don't have cattle running down the roads and stuff like that because people are wrestling or basketball or whatever, so that's, but I would say otherwise,
We just needed to tell facilities not to cut you off, but, so you know, when the,
yeah, I'll I'll give Austin a call, but it's Valentine's Day, so you're gonna have to be at beef weigh-in.
What do we, how
All
we
you got,
involved
all
in
we
that?
gotta do is just, if we have the scale shed open, but sometimes I think normally they'll do it across the road if there's room to do it across the road and like where the chickens are back and the poultry are.
White Brick Building?
Yeah,
Yep.
but they do it on the back end, and then they can just drive through, so that way they can shut the doors and stuff on all ends.
Yeah, we should be able to make enough space.
And like moving did we move, I don't know who moved the scale, I think Scott.
I was coming in to do it and, it wasn't Scott, it was
Brady.
Brady did.
But move the scale and then we should just make it like last year, it never got moved back over. So then all of a sudden we went to do the sheep weigh-in and that stuff and all of a sudden the scale was, so we'll just have to make sure it gets moved over, but usually like Derek or I will just get Dell to get him a key or
Yeah.
that way.
It's really nice if they could weigh them in that building, because that's
Yeah.
what we built it for.
Mhm.
In that scale building.
Mhm.
Yeah, the problem is,
Put that drainage thing right
Mhm.
there and, yeah,
Yep, it's hard to get it maneuver around
and then
there.
you
Yeah.
gotta build gates through that.
and the rules say that they need to be haltered, it doesn't say
Yep.
that they need to be haltered broke, they say that they need to be haltered. So
Should
some
say
of these
haltered broke.
animals,
Or rule.
yeah, they get a little, and a lot of it is the animal's first time ever on a trailer, too, so that kind of, so. Yeah, then otherwise, like, rule-wise, they changed it,
When's the sheep weighing?
it's March, or yeah, April.
Oh, it's in the other one a bit.
It'll all be on the fair website as soon as Austin. But yeah, and then they changed it for like breeding stock, that it's changed so that way you just need to have 2 animals at the fair that there's, to sell on the auction, not breeding stock, cause like pigs are already that way. So like if somebody wanted to bring 2 steers, they can bring 2 steers, or we just wanted to kind of, well, Derek was there too, and we talked about,
Yeah,
kind of wanted to make it the same all the way across, right, that.
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea. I mean, either way, you're getting 2 animals there. And
Right.
you already have the problem of people are sending more than one to the locker anyway, so.
Right, and if they want to, like steer wise, they could have their full grown steer for that year, and they could have their next year one,
So I mean, there, you'll want a birth date on your, purebred animal, I mean, whether you're bringing in a December calf or a March calf, right?
Yep,
But on your market steer, it's just weight.
yep,
right,
and then in the rules, I believe it still says when it goes to the locker, that's gotta be underneath 30 months of age,
yeah, just that way they can.
so.
This is the first year that, since I've been the chairman, I did not get a call from a locker saying that they were all underage.
Oh,
this year.
So, I mean, do they use the jaw thing, or what do they do?
Yeah, the stick, basically the jaw. And then like if we have data, like most of the time we can go, say like, if it's a steer or something from Alpha Lawn, we can bring it back to the dam and say, well, hey, this is when she freshened, and then the state will take that, but if you don't have a paper trail, or not all of them have the dairy ones are gonna have a paper trail, you know, the other ones don't necessarily have a paper trail on them, so.
We'll get those and I'll get them to Kristen and to you.
So that was kind of the only, map-wise, that's kind of the only things that changed, but all the new rules and all that, as soon as you can get them, Derek sends it to you and get it posted. Otherwise, I would say there was really rule-wise, no changes at all.
Did come up. Okay. Good. All right, we're gonna go to the fair wrap-up item. Just basically that is about the check that we kind of discussed already. You guys good?
Yeah, I mean,
They did, oh,
I forwarded that to you, did you get that email?
I got it yet. Comes slow on this
And
phone.
I might not,
that's right.
might not be good reception on here either.
That's 14 cents.
I didn't get it yet, but if I don't have it
If
by
you don't
tomorrow.
see it tomorrow, just,
Yeah, I can try sending it along to, I don't know, maybe.
I mean, don't travel along this building.
No. No, we could hook the Wi-Fi.
Okay, we're gonna go, to
Your sheep is April 11th.
April 11th.
At 10 a.m. For sheep, be sheep, goats, and pigs. Pigs do not weigh in, but they gotta turn their forms in that day.
Then with the, if Red Cedar Racing takes that over, I just need to talk to Jim with corporate counsel, because right in their lease, it says that the fair is in charge of that area for it, but if there's an agreement between us, between the fair, Red Cedar Racing for that,
We
it's
can-
kind of the subcontractor of.
We can still be in charge of it, we just let them
Right,
run it.
yeah, so, but I think,
Cause I don't think it's
Whoa.
something that we say, hey, we're turning it over to you and this is your baby. I think, no, it's like,
I think it's a great idea. I just wanna make sure that the lease doesn't paint them or us into a corner. But I think it's
We still have
a great idea, and
the other ones.
I feel like they would run it a lot more efficient because it's
Right.
their venue.
in a little bit, I think it's like, I like it that, to be able to negotiate and stuff in the future, right? Like, well, if the raceway, well, if the Fish and Game wants something, who says that the Fish and Game will come to us and say, well, we'll give you 60% of the profits, we only need 40, right? You know, you can, not that we're just gonna give it to the raceway and let them have it, right? We're still in control of it, but all of a sudden, one of them might sit there and go, well, we'll do it for 40% of the profits instead of 50. Well, we kinda we're here to make money, right?
Well, yeah, they got, with the Red Cedar Racing, they got skin in the game too with, they could really build upon it. With
Yeah, all of a sudden they're gonna want more people there, like now,
working harder to bring a bigger show in.
and I agree, like I feel bad for, like, say if you got rid of the Fish and Game or the Lions Club or whoever, right? But at the same time, it could have been, things change all the time, you know, it's.
Yeah, now we'll discuss that in a bit. Let's go to the discussion of the bands and the iHeart, information. So what I have out on there is the iHeart information, I mean, who do we contact? Or how do we get the iHeart?
He's a major, they're a major sponsor. We usually don't reach out to you and start doing stuff until March.
Yeah.
So we do have some time, but part of the sponsorship is what's called the iHeart Media Stage. It's part of the sponsorship.
So,
They do radio ads, and
yeah,
hopefully you've heard those. And
Yeah.
then they do social media, and they do direct mail,
Okay.
or email marketing for us, and then we get the reports back from him.
So I just get that information so you can reach out to them to get them onto the discussion of bands, well, she's working on that. So we had reached out, everybody got back to us, or to Nick.
Almost everybody.
He actually did.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Nick is probably on now, but is he on yet? Okay, so he, everybody got a hold of, everybody sent that they're good, playing at that time. The only one that was gonna be different, obviously, is Chris Cruzy from 7 to 10. Everybody else is 7 to 11. So we're good with that. That's what we discussed. Okay,
In the
now,
grandstand or the free stage?
free stage.
We're not doing anything in the grandstand Thursday night?
Well, we haven't discussed it yet here. So, well, because that's under discussion, right? We're just talking about
Yep.
bands. So we need to figure out on the band side of things, if we're gonna do local bands like we discussed, which, that's fine, which we discussed, we said, go for it, we're gonna get them. We need a time. I mean, it was all over the board last time, and it's my fault for not pinning down a time.
But now we know it's 7 when the main one starts. Right, they all start
Yes,
at
but,
7.
so, the idea was, last time from the discussion, was you guys want to put them in the Miller,
Pavilion.
building.
And I don't know if that'll work though.
But that was,
Yep.
so that was the discussion last time, and then shutting them down. I have it in here, just reading it, 6, and then it was 6:30. So, I need to tell these guys when they're playing, but I can't tell them if we're gonna,
I think we need to shut it down by 6 to give people, if they wanna go with the Chris Cruzy, give them time to go, and give them time to do stuff in between.
My-
Don't put time too close.
Yep, my question about that is, and if I heard, I don't know how that works. So if they do that, isn't that their thing, that they can just play random music where everybody's shutting down, or don't they do that?
They don't
Yeah,
do that.
no, we can play it. We just have to
We
put
have,
the,
we have to go talk to the,
whoever's setting
Speaker
the
guy.
bar. The speaker
Okay,
guy.
the
speaker
Yeah,
guy.
and he'll put that
Yeah.
there,
Okay,
yeah.
the sound guy.
so that's what I was gonna ask, so at least we have something
Yep.
playing during
Right.
this time.
I thought Todd Stins's comment about time to set up between bands, are we clear on that?
That's if they're on the
On the
same
same
stage,
stage.
with the goal would be they
Yeah.
won't be,
On the same
Okay.
stage.
Yep.
so we don't have to have as much of an overlap.
So the same stage would be the stage that we've had in the past,
That's where the ones at 7 would be at.
pardon me?
The band that starts at 7 and
Okay,
on
so
is
the
there.
local bands with whatever the start time was.
Yeah, well, we were gonna ask them to start at 4.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do have, but I don't have an end time.
So, okay, but do we have, that is, then using the Brent Miller, they can set up and work that.
Yeah, well, that's discussion, yeah.
Yeah, I would say go from 4 to 6, have them there for a couple hours.
Is there there's a difference in cost between if they do a 2-hour show versus a 4 or
Yeah.
a 3? If it's the same price,
Then bring them earlier.
if the fair opens at 3
Oh,
or
you're saying
whatever,
3 to,
3 to
Yeah,
6,
some of
but
them
the
might have
end
a-
time, yeah.
3:30
so
to 6:30.
but the end time, are we in agreement? That's what we're trying to.
Like, because the only reason I thought like the Brandon Miller, because then say the band that was playing there could back up by the fair office,
Yep.
load out the backside and not, then the main free stage part would still be open, right?
Yep.
So then you could almost go until 6:30 because you're not really messing with anything at the free stage.
Or is it better off not chancing it and having, if she says that and we'll check into it, but if she's saying that they're gonna play over the speakers,
But I think that's
let her
where,
have free music.
but I think at the same time, like what Austin's saying, you almost have to check with the bands. If you
Yeah.
come for 2 hours, what is it, at 3 hours, or is it just a flat rate for, you're almost gonna have to, you'd almost just have to say you decide do we end at 6 or 6:30, and then you adjust when they
Yes.
start according on how they.
Yes, so that's what we're discussing.
Right. What do you think, Austin? You used to deal with this.
I think I think 6 or 6:30 are both good. To me, an hour's probably better before Chris Cruzy, based on if they need to walk to the grandstand, if it's gonna be at the grandstand versus at the free stage.
Yeah, we
that
still need to
needs be-
discuss all that.
Yep.
Yeah, the little bands were Thursday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? No,
Thursday, Friday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
But I think a 30-minute intermission, if they're on separate stages, is better. It's exactly what Rockfest and Country Fest switched to, where instead of having that big grandstand intermission, right away when the grandstand band is done at 7, that upper band on the hill underneath the pavilion always starts right away. And then people don't have that downtime.
You don't have that downtime there.
Yeah,
If you have
keep
an
the energy
hour,
up.
it might be too long where
Yeah.
people might,
Yep.
it's hard, it can be hard to fill that time.
I think a half hour is good, or 45 minutes.
Okay,
6:30?
Motion to close at 6:30.
I'll second it.
discussion? $6:30 it is?
I
Aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. 6:30.
Good voice in your
Doug's pissed.
Okay. Can I get back to the iHeart stuff now?
Yep, I sent him his contact.
Oh, you did?
Bill Swartz.
Okay. The website, Facebook, so Kristen, I've been in touch with her right before Thanksgiving, hold awesome day on stuff. We talked about what we wanted to do on it with, what did she have on here? About the change, so I would send her the change, Troy, with what you have for your map committee. And then for the Facebook idea, this is my thought, you guys are, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think just to mention that we have one thing that's for certain right now. We have Chris Cruzy coming. I think we get that out there and excite people about that. Then come in next month, hopefully we get the whole carnival thing. We got a new carnival, get excited about that in January. Go
We
ahead.
still have 2 carnivals.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying, whatever.
We're either gonna be promoting
Yeah.
the double the rides or
Yeah.
we'll be
I
promoting-
tourist bands.
They have not, they received,
Yep.
they received our letter, but,
They haven't.
Reached back out to us. He received everything, I signed it, we talked for 40 minutes almost.
sent it certified
To
mail.
Dan?
Yeah, and then
Okay. She told me they were done, so.
They did? When?
Send that back.
Just when I've been talking to him, because I do carnival.
In
night at the
November?
convention. Yeah, I just talked to him about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
And he said, are you still coming to convention with all this change? And I said, yeah, I'll be there.
Okay, so, okay. Well, that's,
And I can check with him in January again, I'll be seeing him in person.
okay.
so.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you,
And tell him,
Send
ask
us
him
a
to do
bag?
that.
or
Yeah.
send the signed
Yeah.
document.
See, I didn't know where we were on it, so I
Yeah,
never even
yeah.
asked
We
that.
sent it-
Well, you
I
shouldn't
never-
have to, you
I
should
didn't-
just,
I
corporal
didn't ask
counsel's
him.
the one that's been,
Yeah.
send it out,
I-
so.
Yeah, we should have
Did he
done,
sign for the certified letter?
yes, but
Okay.
nothing
But
Came back.
Nothing came back.
where we had a spot open for a signature, but
Okay,
that's positive hearing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Well, I think he already signed the contract on the fair, so, I mean,
He was threatening.
There's
us
nothing
that-
that says we can't have 2 carnivals at the fair either.
right,
It doesn't say he can't bring one ride.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, right,
Whatever.
yeah.
So, yeah, so we're,
It's true, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
That's what I would
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I'd bring the zipper
Yeah.
that's broke down, put it right in the middle.
He doesn't have it anymore.
I'd bring the one broke down ride, put it right in the middle and leave.
Yeah. Yeah, he
So-
doesn't have that anymore.
so we're good, with doing that, Facebook stuff. All right, I have commercial building update for Scott, just to talk with Amy more.
And I reached out to her a couple times, but I haven't heard back from that to see just what she needs over there. I know she's between her and Gwen, there's been complaints, not big complaints, but just so, what she needs so that it goes smoothly throughout the fair so that she doesn't get mad or, you need them volunteers and to keep them all happy.
Well, and last year we decided not to spend the money on the laptops, and everybody was okay with that, and then it came to fair time, and it's like, where's the laptops? And it's like, well, we made that as a decision, and let her know that everybody should bring their own, and they were all good with it, and nobody brought them.
So how are we gonna get those laptops back since we're on that subject?
Oh, there's a place in Oak Cliff that he brings them, he delivers them, picks them up after the fair. We just rent them.
Do you have contact info for that?
Yeah. You and I should just get together and go through stuff,
We will.
or Derek, because there's just a ton of shit that,
Okay.
yeah.
So we'll get that. Okay, so, I'd like to go right to, since we're on that, about the projects, judge rate, since we're in that, you have that. So I asked Deb to have that information we were discussing last time, so we can talk about it going forward.
Okay, so what would you like to know?
Scott had asked what the rates are per judge.
$12 an hour, plus mileage, plus a meal ticket. And they get paid from the time they check in until the time they leave. Last year, there was one judge that had an hour of time in between where she didn't do anything, but.
Do you have
paid her
total
way.
what we spent on project judges last
Yep.
year?
Okay, for the judges, we had 116.25 hours, $1,155. Mileage was 2,763, so total was 23,3450.
Mileage is how much?
Mileage was 1,179.50, and the total was 23,3450.
So how many hours was that?
116.25. That includes the animal ones. You want me to take those out of here quick?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm leaving dogs in there because dogs, rabbits, and poultry. I'm just taking out the big meat animal
Yep.
ones. Horse.
Yeah, how are we gonna write checks if we don't know any of that?
I still think these judges that do the non-animal and do those poultry and dogs,
They-
they are used to getting paid afterwards within,
So-
and it's right in their agreement
So
that
no
when I
reason
send
to
them,
worry
that
about that,
they will get
just-
paid 3 to 4 weeks after the fair. They'll get a check. I think that's still the best way to do it. Then you're not getting checks that aren't right
Yep.
or something, so.
Somebody ends up spending an extra 45 minutes here judging something else
Yeah.
that they weren't expecting, and now all of a sudden.
We'll talk about
Right.
it as a group.
Okay, so for the non-animal judges, that was 87.25 hours. Total was $999. Mileage was $865 for a total of $1,865. I rounded, so.
How many judges were there roughly?
There is, I don't know, because some of them do, like Missy Weisenbeck, when she comes up, she does 2, 4, 6 classes, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Probably about 19.
So it's roughly $98
Price
a
is right, you
judge.
could have done pretty well.
I was pretty dang close, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, because I have some judges that judge 6 departments or 7 departments, they can do everything and they're small departments, so I don't want to pay mileage for somebody else to come and judge 10 projects or 10 exhibits.
Still in discussion?
Yep, so that's roughly about $98 a judge.
Right. That's embarrassing. If, argument was given on the livestock that we're gonna spend more money to have a high-quality judge that the kids are learning from, why can't we use that same argument saying high-quality judge helping a kid, asking some questions about his Lego project or food project or anything. Because I've seen the judges work, and they're just worth more than $12 an hour. I mean, even if you had to go to $15 an hour, I mean, that's what county fairs are supposed to be. It's nice to have all the entertainment, and that's what it's become. But, there was a time when, it was a youth fair, and we didn't even sell beer. And those small little judges, and they're stacked up and they're busy because they said that those tables over there, and they got 3 or 4 people bringing them stuff where the kids are standing in line with their thing. And I mean, you have a kid put in a amount of time, on every project that they have, and then maybe they get 2 or 3 minutes with a judge, and the judge asks them, what they learned building their project, or you might ask them about how many parts were in this Lego set, or they might ask them, is there something like you'd break the bank next year? But, so I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but I don't think $12 is enough money.
I think you're right, Larry, we did ask that. It did state, we had 19, you said. And I'm not saying it's the right or the wrong way of doing it. I'm just, because you have more than one person judging an area is what we're getting at, right?
In some cases.
Right,
yes.
so, yeah, even at $150, if you round that up to $150 times 19, you're about $1,000 more than what we're paying right now, okay? But as far as per hour, I don't know. That's $150 a person, that's just a flat rate. That's all I was getting at last time, is that we knew how much we were spending then. It was flat, but I get it, that so if she's judging, you're getting away cheaper if you have a person judging 2 projects, because she's giving mileage in per hour, and you don't have to spend that extra money.
Right.
But, I don't know, how we make them happy? Money always makes people happy. And I'm not saying we're gonna go broke doing this. I mean, it's an extra $1,000 for, like, I agree with you, for a project that should matter, that they're getting valuable information.
Right.
So I just think that, when you look at it, $150 that's just my 2 cents. Anybody else?
What's
So-
the most you spent on one judge last year?
Not counting animals?
Correct.
Let's see, it would have been, well, mileage has to play into it, but the biggest check that went was the guy from Athens, and he did poultry and rabbits. He got $206.
How much?
206. I actually was gonna request, before all this blew up, to raise it to 15. Right now, we're kind of in the mediocre. We're right in the middle of the pack from, like, some fairs pay their judges $8 an hour. And some are up to like 15 is the highest. On the survey that we sent out last fall to the state association, so I was gonna propose that we would increase it to 15 at the minimum.
Well, according to Larry, if I did the math right, we're closer to 18, not at 150. So, I'm just throwing it out there. If we did $150, you're closer to $18 an hour than you are 50.
Oh, okay, I wasn't even going there.
Yeah, if I did the 150.
Right.
Yep. And some of these judges, they tell me they don't wanna get paid.
Well, that was
They
gonna
just
be-
like fun.
A lot of these judges,
They're
they
doing
don't,
it for the fun, and
they don't care
they're
about the
members
money.
of fair boards in their home communities.
they just wanna come
and do it.
Yep.
Yep.
But just saying it one more time. I'm not saying we have to do it, I'm just going at the part that it's a lot easier, and I get what you're saying, but it's a lot easier to cut a check to a person and hand it to them and be clear of that person and not have them call you and say they didn't receive a check. When it's right there, they're picking it up when they drop their stuff off, and it's a change. When I give you something, I expect you to pay me right away. It's no different than, in my mind, somebody else. If we don't have that person there, because sign them up as a vendor, obviously, this year. We don't have the person there, oh, how many hours, whatever, and I'll cut you a check now. I would just
say that if they can,
it's just, I know you guys gotta talk about it,
Do a flat rate.
I'm just asking how we can do that to make everything easier, like we talked about before.
and I think it would be, I agree that you say you do a flat rate with it, but then they gotta be there for a certain amount of time, even say if they.
But that's not our fault. I mean, if we don't have the exhibitor only brings.
Right, but at
3
the same
Lego
time, but
projects.
say he comes in, he's doing like electricity, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 3 kids bringing electricity. Well, then, my thing is if we're gonna do a flat rate, is it?
It's
that-
just a
is it-
discussion.
Right, but is it difficult or is it too much to ask that guy if he's gonna get a check for $150 for looking at 3 things? To do like a demonstration on something
I think
like
that
with the
you're gonna-
kids, right? You know, saying, hey,
But
what's
they're
something
not
you can do
gonna-
that?
But I think you
Yeah,
look
if
at.
there's no kids,
There's
they
no
don't.
But
kids
look
on
at this,
yeah.
but when you go in there, I had kid, I think you did too, you did, I mean, we had kids all into this thing. I look at Braden when he goes in there, and he spends the most time, and that judge is face to face with him for a solid 2 minutes. I was like, he doesn't need to do that, but it's with every kid, and it's almost with every project.
If the kids are there, they spend time.
Exactly, they spend time, and they make them explain what they did.
Yep,
And it's average probably a couple minutes,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
just,
Mhm.
you,
I was
there are
just
good
thinking-
judges, it's
If
just,
they're making the trip over there regardless,
yeah.
that'd be part of it too.
Well, and it depends if it's face-to-face conference or regular judging too.
The only thing I'll say about that is the chicken and rabbit judge does a very good job. And he was the highest paid at 206. I would be a little upset if I were him, if I were getting paid less money. Not that he cares about the money, I don't think, but I would be,
Judge,
he's a short
just
little guy.
chickens?
Yeah.
That's
That's a
2
very good job.
classes though, isn't it?
It
He
is.
does full-time
300.
rabbit.
Yeah, so he'd
Yes.
get 300.
So he'd get 300.
Yeah.
So you're saying is it $150 per judge or $150 per class?
Per person.
Per
yeah,
person.
Per person.
Per
Wow.
person, so that guy would get paid, $60 less for coming to the fair.
And then there's no mileage under your proposal?
Right.
Correct,
Right,
it's a
just
flat rate,
fee.
just like we did
If
before.
you were
I think it's
making,
outrageous, but.
I'm just saying, I'm not
Well,
arguing.
come from Athens, that's 2, hour 45 minute.
And you gotta take them where you can get them.
Right.
But how long was he here for?
He's here for a long time.
4.5 hours.
Yeah.
But can I,
Plus, he also did my KVs and small animals.
but can I say
But I
something
didn't have any,
about,
but I had to hire.
about this? I was kinda getting at the non-animal side of things.
Yep.
I guess, I was more towards the Legos, the rockets,
Yeah,
Yep.
that kind of thing. I wasn't talking about the rabbits, the poultry.
but they're considered, none of them get supplemented by MAP.
But they're not going to anymore.
But
No.
why couldn't we take them and
Yep.
make them their own identity and concentrate on these guys so we know what they have?
Okay,
And
let me
then-
ask my next question.
Go ahead.
Take that guy out, what was the next highest paid check?
The next one was,
Larry's gonna do another sponsorship.
Are there a lot of judges that judge multiple classes?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
Especially
Missy,
in that building where they do
Missy
the Legos.
Weisenbeck, she does 2, 4, 6, 7.
But you
Okay,
look
so
at,
150 per class is a little unrealistic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because some of these only have 2 entries. So it takes, I
Yeah.
mean, she did 7 departments and she was here 3.5 hours, to put it in perspective. But I can't hardly hire another judge to
Right.
come in and
That's where that
bring
hourly,
somebody. That's where the hourly is good. The next person would have been like foods and nutrition, which is huge, because you gotta remember, we gotta take open class into this too.
Yep.
So, those people, they work 6 hours, both of them. So we had 2 judges, they worked straight through 6 hours, other than they had a break for lunch. But they're local. Let's see, we had,
be so nice if these judges could get paid the Visa gift card and not have to go through all that, and we had X amount of them.
The other one, my knitting, crocheting, and clothing lady,
For a class or something? or for-
she had the next highest check, but she was from Webster, so she got 142
Just have
miles.
a check a month
Okay, so-
later.
So her total check with mileage
right,
was
yeah, just-
165.
$150.
So, because we were paying, if I recall, animal judges are all getting $250, right?
That's what they got last year.
Yeah, but that's what we, at the last meeting, that's what we had agreed upon, right?
Yeah.
So can we, since the chicken guy, he's the highest paid, I'm assuming he's probably coming back again.
I haven't done anything because I was told by Mercedes not to.
Can we move that one to the animals since they are animals?
Well, that's what I'm saying, this
Yep.
is, we're just talking
Yep.
about the Lego people, because that's the
Yeah.
hardest. And
Right.
then after
Right,
that,
but
it's
But
Rabbits,
rabbits.
they're
If we moved
associated with.
Yeah, if we move them into the animals so that that judge is getting paid the
I
same
don't
rate
disagree with that.
as the other animal judges, and then the
So
knitting-
basically, living and dead,
What?
living and dead.
Yes, and then the
You got
Lego, or
plans.
the knitting ladies,
We're
can
gonna pay
go-
the cat
If
judge.
we went to a
Cat judge and the alpaca judge and
I feel like I'm dead sometimes.
then if
dogs,
we,
dogs. I
I'm
mean,
Then-
Dogs should.
yes,
we
then if
haven't
we
had any
went
for 2
to
years.
a flat rate of 150 for all the other judges, the knitting lady's gonna lose out on $15, but that's not such a big deal, and then we could have all animal judges get 250, and all the commercial, non-living judges get 150, and it'd all be flat rates.
Correct.
That's kind of what you were trying to get at, right?
Right.
That way, everybody could have a check ready for them when they come to the fair.
Correct. That'd be awesome. That's what I was. But as far as your, what did you say, the dog person, or not the dog person, but your cat, who said that?
I
That
said
you?
the cat.
Somebody said it.
No, I just like.
No, alpaca or something when we don't.
The alpaca, but
Yeah.
I just, I.
Well, that goes to Troy.
When Scott gets the cat.
Yeah.
Well, cat, no, we had a cat judge and she was very, very
She was
good.
very good last year.
And she was coming, did she ever come back and
She-
do a seminar? She was gonna, did she ever reach out to you or did you ever get a hold of her?
No, I actually have a cat volunteer this year.
Okay.
Who knows the cat judge.
Okay.
So I talked to the volunteer about, oh yeah, the judge is gonna reach out to you. And say, oh yeah, I know her already.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm hoping they'll
She
connect
wanted
at
to
some
come
point.
back this.
Yes, she does. She
This
wants to
winter.
come back. Also, the horse judge is already,
I'd be
I have
worried
to
if
hire them
cat
when they
judge is
leave the
reaching
grounds.
out to me.
So they're done. Regardless of getting
The
tickets.
clock.
So they're done, because I have to get them.
So can I make a motion?
Well, that's what
So,
we're hoping for.
okay.
That's what I was getting
So, okay, so let me just run down through this. So we have judges, that, okay, this is the food. She get $92.10, so now she's gonna get 150. That includes mileage
Okay,
and.
with the dogs. Let me know how
Okay,
this turns out.
just-
Okay.
The what?
I
Let me
mean,
know how
it's,
this. Let me know how this turns out.
that's quite a,
It's only like $50.
It is, but I
but
mean, we've
then
been
you got
living
a
on
judge that
the,
gets
we've been
$24.
living over here for how long? And we
What
haven't
gets
caught up to
$24
anybody
Yeah,
yet.
you gotta move it up.
Good working.
You know, hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I'm the-
hopefully what we're doing is gonna raise.
if you make it worth their
more
while and
money
hopefully they sit there and go, hey, I got $150 and
See you, Zach.
they
Yeah.
go
I
out
tried
to
emailing that to you.
food garden
I
or.
got it.
They
Okay,
spend
good.
it at the fair, why
You
wouldn't
know,
you?
He'll just stay there with his wife. I mean, but I mean,
Some will
Spend
be,
more money.
Yeah,
I
so,
mean-
so they make 150, they spend 30. We're
Right.
still getting some of it back.
they must have went to one
And
joint.
now,
Yeah.
And we can take away the meal
Well,
tickets,
you
now
know.
they have to buy lunch.
exactly,
Yeah,
that's
that's
10 or $12
Yeah.
right there.
Give them the free water and.
Is it possible, I heard you mention Visa gift card, can we pay him that way?
I don't know, it sure would be nice though. We just, we allocate, we get
X amount of dollars a
50
week.
of them.
Put it in there, what X amount we need, and there they are.
As long as we can get A to B, it's under the threshold of that
It'd be.
4,000, yeah.
It'd be a pretty simple thing to do to just say,
It would be
But
nice.
there's a $150
Don't
gift
take
card.
my word for it yet that it's a possibility, but it
That
sure
would be pretty nice,
It would be nice.
even for the
And
animal
when they,
judges.
do they come to that fair office to check out at the end of their session
Yeah.
of judging?
They gotta sign the
Okay.
judge's sheet,
Yeah,
right?
and if
Yeah.
they
Yep,
did,
yep.
They gotta hand their
they
stuff in.
have to sign an affidavit.
if they did that at the same time, and we gave them an allocation of that, it should be nice.
It would be nice.
I'll try to have an answer on that.
Thank you.
You making a motion?
I was going to, but Deb told me to hold on. You were gonna look at something.
Okay, now let go.
I was just, no, because I was just saying, so that, like, the person, the smallest check was $61.80, is now she's gonna get $150.
Yep, well, she had to get there.
I'm fine.
Took
You're a
her
happy
time.
camper.
Well, what's that today?
And then you got
That is
a
nothing
person
right now.
that did the
Much like a ticket.
165 is gonna be
Parts store,
short.
you'll
She's
spend
gonna get-
$300.
she's gonna
And
get
then the
short.
person with 200, well, he's a,
He's an animal.
He's getting more.
so,
Okay, make the motion before I do, because you have to do a better job at
So
it.
I make a motion that all animal judges, that includes cats, dogs, chickens, rabbits, cavies,
What did you just?
cavies,
What are those?
Living
Guinea
thing.
pigs.
hamsters,
Oh,
Living thing.
it's a living pet, it's
Yeah.
it can be
Horses.
mice, snakes, whatever, yeah.
horses, dairy,
Just say anything breathing.
yeah, goats, sheep.
Sure making it hard on that new secretary.
Yeah.
I think that should be all the living animals
Yes.
get $250 as a judge.
Just a non-animal and animal.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And then all the non-animal judges, which would be in the commercial building or whatever, get $150. Straight through, no mileage, no free food, you get paid this much.
You could say
So I
that.
shifted there for 2-3
is
hours.
this for this year or for next year?
The animal judges would start in '27, which we'd already voted on.
Right.
The non-animal,
So what happens to our dog, cat, and?
those
cat
ones will
people?
get paid that rate for this year. It's just the bigger animals that Matt was giving some additional money to won't get this. That'll be a little bit different. Got all that?
I second that.
Wait, hold on.
No, we're having discussion now, so go ahead.
Non-animal
We got a
judges,
second, yeah.
Are 150.
Starting
this
in
year.
26.
Yep.
Starting in '26.
but the in-between middle animals still get the rate?
MAP is the only one
One
that,
that-
MAP animals will be 2027, everything else will be 2026.
Okay, okay.
And he's gonna look into a Visa card.
That would be.
That would be
It'd
easy.
be really nice.
I'm gonna say this now and get shut down, but
We can't do that.
I'll try.
We can
Hey,
do
sometimes, Austin, sometimes just beg for forgiveness.
There's
We
nobody left
can
to
do
tell me no.
$10 Visa cards. Here's 15 of them.
Yeah.
One for me, two for you.
Yep.
Okay.
This isn't on here, but I just seen it in my notes.
We should probably vote
Yeah,
on
we
this
got-
last
Oh,
one.
no, it didn't, yeah, sorry.
Any more discussion?
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Go ahead, Deb. Opposed.
I am opposed, because I think that hourly rate's easier,
Okay,
to be fair
Passes.
to everybody.
all right, so that's done. I guess this would be on the items requested on the place of the chair, huh? This next deal. The Powers, so Ben Powers, wants to know if they can run a 50-50 raffle during the show, for the dairy show, for them to go to state. Making extra money, I guess, to go to state.
State judging or what?
The judging team?
Judging team.
Which is Quilling and who, or is it Powers?
Yeah, no.
The whole
that-
team?
Yeah, the whole team. It's not just one kid, it's just,
Right.
it's all the,
Would that be similar to like bingo?
I don't know, so that's why I'm
That's
asking.
It's-
why I'm asking too.
You said Jim though, not Ben.
Ben runs
Ben runs.
it
part
now.
of
Oh,
Jim
Ben
was-
runs it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
Ben has taken over. As long as it's not the fair that's handling it, we'll be fine. However, and I'm sure they're already thinking about this, getting a raffle license. They absolutely will need a raffle license, and then,
yeah, that's what his mom was saying.
yep, they would need that. And as long as we don't, it's not our raffle.
Right.
Could somebody else do bingo at the fair?
That's what I was working with the Moose Lodge, to come in and do bingo.
But
in the
at the
afternoon.
move,
But, and the Moose would come in, do it, set it up, take all the money, they
We get
handled it
charged.
all. We're not, and I
Hold
call
on, let's
them.
just talk about Ben here for a second.
yeah, I,
So what do we wanna do with this? It's a hard, I don't know. I don't know the rights.
Is this gonna be a
Because,
raffle
might
that
think-
they're gonna only do here, or is it gonna be like, like they're selling tickets like for 2
yeah, they're
months
doing a
ahead of
50,
time?
yeah, they're doing a 50/50 raffle
Oh,
just
during the
during the
show.
show.
Goes during the dairy show.
You're opening up a can of worms
Yes.
because then everyone else is gonna wanna do the same thing.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah.
successful.
If it's, well,
Yeah, but
right.
even, it's gonna be successful.
They're gonna
Even
make
if
a-
there's
they'll make
20
a couple
bucks in
hundred
there,
bucks.
one person gets 10 and they,
Yeah.
I don't know, people are willing, like I have yes and no about it. The people are willing to give to the kids to know that it's going to something that's a good cause.
Right.
But the other part of me says, now you're asking for money out of people that are there for not that reason. They're just there to watch the show and they feel like, I might have to put,
would it,
I'm not.
even if Ben went up there and talked like during the show, like, you know, Jim always gave a
Well,
little
that's why,
spiel
yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
But if he
that's why
does
it's
that,
going
and
on.
if they had a donation jar up there, right, you know, saying, hey, anybody that would be interested in helping us, or have the judge say it,
Yeah,
because otherwise we're gonna have a 50/50 raffle at the pig show and the beef show.
I do
and
like
the
it
whole
giving back to somebody. I mean, at least they're trying to give something back. Like I said, I'm conflicted about the idea because you're still giving something back, but yet you're asking for, I don't know. I don't have the right answer. That's why it's here. You guys can.
Yeah. My personal, like,
Gee, thanks.
Yeah.
like, the original thought on it, like, I don't like it.
Most of the people watching the show are project members or project members' families, and they already spend a lot of money on
I agree.
and stuff.
I like Troy's idea.
Have them
Put a
talk,
jar-
and put a
put a jar up
donation
there.
jar up there and have Ben
People
go up
wanna
there and
donate
talk.
to
and
Yeah.
They might make more money that way if Fritz Larson comes there and throws in $100, right? You know, might be more get more money that way than
You
selling them
know,
like.
with that, I mean, like I said, I don't know about 50/50. It's toss up, like you said.
Oh, I just think we should find a way for people to support them financially. I don't know what the.
I don't
answer
either,
is.
Larry. I feel what you're saying, like, I like the idea, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
just hard to, most of them are project family members.
But you know, the thing is, sometimes when you do stuff like that, you know, you show that, you know, the fair somewhat supports their achievement. You know, I mean, this is being held at the Dunn County Fair Dairy Show, and we're pretty proud of those kids, and, you know, looked like when the team won years ago, they never did get to go to Europe because of COVID or whatever it was.
They went 2 years later.
2 years
yeah.
later.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, that big spaghetti feed they had out at
yeah,
Dean's.
it needs, well, I'd like to see it happen only because, I wouldn't be anyplace else where they would be setting up something.
Is there, my question to you is, the only thing I think of when that happens, is there gonna be, say, Troy wants to, more money, cause he thinks, he wants to go raise money for pigs, pig pens, or pigs in general,
Well-
whatever, it's just gonna keep a domino effect.
Yeah.
Right, but.
I
But-
don't
but
know, I
we-
get what you're saying,
But,
I'm,
but, you know, we do everything we can,
yeah,
you know, at the meat animal sale to get people to spend money.
Sure.
We give them beer to drink, we give them food,
yeah,
we give them an entertaining judge, and people respond. And, you know, you don't hardly have much of that up in the dairy barn, and you've got a dairy project that's probably weaker than it's ever been, as far as numbers, I guess, I don't know. But, how else would somebody be able to support those kids? if you
That's what
wanted
I
to?
said, like a donation. I'm just worried all of a sudden it's gonna be over. My only reserve on it is that's gonna be over in the chicken barn. It's gonna be during the rabbit show, and it's gonna be
But
all
on
of a
the
sudden.
flip side, so is that the worst thing? So like, say the horses or anybody needs a fan. So they have a 50/50 raffle and that money is going to go towards that item that they can use for that project for the years to come.
yeah,
We
yeah,
can always say the cost has to be approved by us.
well,
If it's like Troy wanting money for his barn, we all say no, boo Troy. But then like,
You know, like a couple of years ago, they went out
Yeah.
and got that donation from Fleet Farm
Ask
for
the
that
learner.
fan.
Yeah.
You know,
This is how much stuff do you wanna, like,
I
yeah,
like
but,
that they're
and I
giving
get
back,
like,
though.
but how much do we wanna patrol, right?
No, I like that they're giving back though. I mean, they're giving back to the crowd. I mean, you can put your money in as it, that's why it's conflicted, right? I mean, you let it go and then you think to yourself, well, where else are they coming there to support it? I don't know. It's, Austin, what do you think?
Nothing has to be set in stone. You can try it out for a year and see how it
To
goes.
say, hey, that didn't work out for those guys, so we quit doing it. We made the decision that we try it and see what happened and,
And how often do they win the state contest?
well,
You know, that might not happen
well, they
until I
won.
get old.
Well, they did pretty damn good.
Or if there's X amount of organizations, let's say 5, you know, they get it earmarked for that year and then they're on a rotation, so every 5 years they could do that fundraiser. I don't know.
because this is for them to go to state.
Yeah, this is for they can, go to state basically.
So the judging team gives some money to help.
Yeah, like this year they went, Cole, was one of them. They made it down to state, so you got your district and your state.
Yep.
Then obviously Expo, and 2 of them made it to Expo. You know, it's great. It's just,
Costs some money to do everything.
you're right,
it
I'm not
does.
saying we don't support them, just asking. If you wanna try it for a year, that's what we do. If you don't, you say, well,
I make a motion to let them try.
I will second that.
discussion.
It works or don't. You get a lot out of the hassle, well, we'll send them your way, Derek.
Are they gonna like set up a table somewhere for it?
No, I'm guessing they'll do everything, from what Ben was saying, that if they do it, that they would, he would ask and remind everybody during the show that there's a 50/50 raffle. Like you said, they gotta do the raffle license. And then, they'd at the end of the show,
They probably just would walk
Oh,
around
yeah,
with
walk
a
around,
double
yeah.
roll ticket.
Kind of like a basketball game
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Walk around with your cow.
Cow costume on.
all right, all in favor?
I,
Opposed? Troy? No? Okay, all right. Well, that's why I'm asking. All right, anybody else would like to just get this over with and talk about the raceway quick, or what? You guys were talking about it earlier, so might as well just bring it up.
I don't know what there is to bring up.
About the money, or the beer.
Do the beer, we're gonna have the raceway handle the beer over there, or?
Well, I don't think we should say yet until we talk to everybody.
I don't think you can.
Well, we're in discussion about it. We're in
Okay.
Yeah.
discussion about it, so.
You need to
That's why I said
talk-
I need to talk about it.
I think you need to
You
get
guys
Kellen
started
in
it,
here.
I figured might as well finish
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You
Already
need to
somebody
call
that does
Kellen
it.
because
Yeah.
they're already here. He's upset.
Well, I need to
You
know
know-
what to say, so if I don't ask you
Yeah,
guys,
but
I
it-
can't tell them.
Maybe
When we were gonna have
have
the
him-
fishing game coming after
Okay,
the first
yeah,
of the
so
year.
the Lions Club was here.
Yep.
So why not have the fish game come in?
Right.
Have Kellen come in
Yep.
and talk to us. And then,
We can
it's
maybe-
unfortunate that Scott Sins opened his mouth and
Yeah.
we never discussed that at all.
Did you
No,
tell-
he said it was Scott. He said Scott
I don't
texted
know.
him, and Scott's the other brother. Todd was here, but it was Scott, because I said Scott wasn't even at the meeting.
Scott doesn't even remember.
No, he's a member of the Lions.
I don't
And
think
he
I
called
know if
them,
is.
and
Wow.
he called them, so, I
That's
had
very
sent
poor
you,
of them.
very
That really
poor of
is.
the Lions Club to tell them that they're.
Yeah, maybe
you
get
know.
rid of the Lions Club.
Well,
No, we
okay,
can
they
walk.
argued with me at that meeting, and I went back and
So-
looked, and it was Leckler that told me he wanted out of the grandstand. I have it in I found mine, I went back in my file, so they called me a liar and I didn't lie.
So what you guys are proposing is that what?
Get the fishing game in
Get
here
the
at our
fishing
next
game.
meeting so we can talk to them.
Yes.
What does that do? Because haven't we already basically decided that like we'd rather have the raceway have it? Like what do we want them to tell us? That they can do it for cheaper?
No,
No.
I guess personally, I look at it this way is, they're making so much money and what are they using that money for? The Fish and Game has already, if they make $2,000, like they have that earmarked in their budget every
Mhm.
year that they're coming here. and they're using that for youth hunts or for whatever, and all of a sudden they're gonna
Gonna
lose
lose
that
that.
money for nothing that they did wrong.
I think it's just
And-
goodwill on our part.
And you
Right.
should have a conversation with somebody.
Hear 'em out.
Yes.
Right, whether you're gonna part ways or whatever, just to say, here's what we're thinking, and here's why, it's nothing that you guys did, so that you part on good terms, because maybe racing doesn't work, and maybe we say, you know what, in 2 years, we're not gonna do a single race, and we hate those guys.
Mhm.
You don't wanna burn a bridge with somebody and
That's
not be able to go back,
Right,
in my humble
But-
opinion.
that's
I
my.
agree.
So,
Even though I burned every
so,
bridge.
so Fish and Game has handled all the beer sales under the grandstand?
Yes,
And the,
for several
and,
years.
okay, so when Johnny tells us about the coolers and all this kind of stuff,
Mhm. They do not use those.
pardon me,
They do not
They
use
don't.
those.
No.
Fishing game does
Fish
not.
and Game does not
Fishing
use
game
those.
does not use that.
Fish and Game's got the beer in the
Yep.
stock tank.
Yep, yep. They have their own setup. They use the ice. They use the freezers. They bring their own bartender thing. Any beer that's left open, cartons that are open, they buy back and take up to the Fish and Game and sell, so we don't have that
Right.
couple pails that end up in the fair office.
Yeah, that's been a real problem.
From a fair standpoint, what would be the advantage to go to racing?
My biggest thing would be is this, that, like Johnny said, that we don't have to worry about, I don't know what we have to do with the fishing game now.
Nothing.
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 But if it can make them pay out more,
Their payout is more.
their
so
payout
they're-
to the racers, to the winners, so that way they can draw more people in, is what Johnny said, their biggest. Instead of having 50 cars
Probably
there
the
tonight,
only
they-
advantage there is if they can get more money to pay them, get more
But
cars
if
to
you-
come to this.
Well, that, it's their facility that, that they're used to and their staff is used to. I think it's more efficient.
might be able to serve more beer in a time like that.
And the money that they're making produces more of a benefit to the fair itself. It may not be a different nonprofit.
Who runs the food stand?
We're fish, Red Cedar.
Who, racing?
Racing does,
But I bet they would trade the
And do
fishing
they,
game, the food
no, but I mean,
stand.
do they sell any beer out of the
No.
food
No.
stand?
No.
No. They sell water and pop.
Oh. Is that an option, that they
I
can
don't know.
sell beer under the food stand?
Well, I guess is it an option that we go to the racing and say, you know, during the fair, we get money from all the other food vendors that will give you the beer, but we need a portion of your food?
Right, and they were supposed to always take that rental fee, the frontage, off of the equipment. And I
Why
don't
don't you
know.
just ask them not to sell food? If we got it out there.
Or,
If you're gonna go that
yeah,
route.
s-
How are you
something,
gonna know?
Yeah, if we give you the beer sales, don't sell food.
They'll have to just come out to the midway and grab.
Yeah.
but there, people won't like that because you're at the races and you just
And
want
they're
to
gonna
grab
go way
a
out to the,
Yeah, you just want a burger quick.
Yep.
You'd have to check their
And-
bands.
and then
Again,
that would be
they're
their
trying to
same
make money to
argument,
pay
they're
the
trying to make
drivers.
money.
There's a lot of ways to look at it all.
Yeah,
There's 50% across the board.
Yeah, it's probably easier.
So Lions Club or Fish and Game also does demo derby on
Yep.
Sunday?
yes,
But 4-H food stand does the food
Food.
during that.
Okay.
It's a why?
Now, and isn't there a food sales? Jeff Quillen was running food
yeah,
across.
that's
That's-
on, during the
that's 4-H.
tractor
Because
pull.
the 4-H does,
The
the
tractor
food
pull
stand
and
does.
the
Or
demo.
just,
But we
Okay,
don't
wait a
have the
minute.
tractor pull, but if
That's,
we have.
that's on the north
races-
side of the track. Isn't
Yep.
there a food?
Yep, that's 4-H.
So there's two food stands.
No,
Yes, they're one in the Finetti building, and then on Saturday night,
They have a little trailer.
typically, they have their food trailer out there, they sell food, 4-H does, and beer, because you cannot have that gate open to walk across the track. So there's no way for those people that sit on that side of the track on Saturday night and on
Okay,
Friday
some-
night, and Sunday, to get across. So that's why we have a food stand and a, beer sales there.
So you're telling me that the 4-H food stand sells beer?
No, Fish and Game
No.
does.
Fish and Game.
They
yeah.
sell food,
Yeah, it's right next to the food
they're
stand.
right next to them, they're right
I
next to each
guess
other.
I haven't been over there. See, I have a job where they just keep me under the building and say, don't leave this building. No, I haven't been over there, truly.
yeah, no, and I get it that we do stuff for the youth, right? Like I bring kids out every year to do the youth hunt, and I don't wanna take anything like that away, but at the same time,
I
It's
agree.
simple.
I mean, you're
I think
looking
it's
at so
simple to-
many people dipping out of pots, and if you can just get it to, that's what they do, you're looking at a few people instead of a lot of people. And I get it, you're giving everybody an opportunity, but I like the idea of not burning the bridge, you're bringing them in, you're hearing them out, maybe they
Right.
have something bigger to offer than the fishing.
and
game.
if it is in their budget, who's say, normally on an average year, they make $2,000, hey, we're sorry if you have this in your budget, we still wanna, some way, shape or form, whether you give them $1,000 or something, if it's 2,000 normally, say, hey, we don't wanna just leave you in the dark, or,
You know, it's like, this year it was almost like $4,500, that's what their profit was. Which
right, but
was a
so
down year.
what have they done with that money in the past, Deb?
It's gone into their programs, to support their programs that they do.
Well, the pheasants they buy.
Pheasants in their
stuff
game
for the
park and their other activities that they have.
But it's kind of nice to know that stuff, right? You know, it's like, what are the
Well, that's
lines
why I
for?
think
That's
we
why
need
we
Tim
need
to
to
come in
hear
here
them
and
all.
talk to us
Right.
before, I don't think we can make a decision tonight
Or
without
not,
talking to
we're
Colin.
talking about this.
Yeah.
What does the Lions
Tell
Club
us,
do
guys.
with their?
Yeah, what's the line?
Yeah, what do they do? We don't know what they do with theirs either. But,
No, we're not saying we do.
They're all good
either.
organizations.
right.
Maybe, yeah, maybe Fish and Game takes over the gates.
You don't know, right, all of a sudden, yeah.
I think
How do you-
Kelowna's the best.
Yeah, then
Nights,
They're the nights, yeah.
Columbus is nicer, man.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the
sorry.
Kiwanis- the Kiwanis got mad at us before when
Fishing
we
game used to have dances and everything.
hired
up there.
racing
They
to
don't
do the
have all
gate, the
Yeah.
ticket
that. So
stand.
they, you know, they probably scrounged,
Yeah, but
themselves
then,
again.
it was their choice not to have dances and that stuff up there anymore, though.
Well,
It's
they
just
don't have it,
discussion,
but it's-
I guess, right now, so we
Yeah.
can figure it out.
I think just bring the fit, like Scott said, bring the fishing game in, get that contact and bring them in, and then we just gotta figure.
You're sending,
I already gave it to you a long
oh,
time ago.
well, I haven't checked my phone.
That was,
On the video.
no, that was like back in October or whenever you were in the
No.
Lions Club. I sent you Kellen's
I mean,
hat.
ice cream with it?
Ah,
I do have one thing. I talked to Sylvia with, what the heck's the name of, Paint the Town in Menominee. She was going to bring it, about switching, you know, because we talked, I said just. had a
Fish and Games has
conversation
done the
with her,
beer sales
about
under the
maybe
track.
bringing it to the
And
fair.
now you've heard
She was going to bring
Racing
it to Paint the
Association, they
Town
wanna do the beer
board, but she
sales under
didn't
the
think
track.
that would be
Mhm.
an option.
So we gotta make a decision on who's gonna do
Okay.
that.
I'm
You don't
sure
know,
not.
I'll talk to
That-
her.
that- I
Yeah,
knew
we
it,
talked about that a couple years
Hey,
ago,
send me
but
the
never
budget
hurts to
and
ask.
like,
it never
Maybe
hurts
done
to
with this,
ask
and-
and
No.
put it out there, you know, but I don't think that'll be an
Can
option,
we
but
make a decision?
I did wanna talk to her and just see.
Are we in miscellaneous? Or we're,
Discussion.
What you got? What you got, Deb?
I'm asking about Ann
Oh, goody.
getting appointed. Because it's not on the agenda for facilities, was it last month?
I think that went
Yeah,
straight to
To
the
the
county.
Yeah,
The county board,
Yeah.
okay, I just wanna make sure that,
And I don't think there was a December meeting, so that one would come up on the.
so, because it's not on,
Wanna make sure.
not on
No
facility.
I'm
December
still not
meeting.
official?
Officially, you're not official.
No, I,
No stipend.
It's not on this one, and I didn't think it was on last one, but I could be wrong. When was the last one?
I got voted to be secretary at the last.
Yeah, but that's fair board, but then it has to go to facilities, and then facilities passes it on to county board.
Facilities meets this month.
It's government bureaucracy.
I need to send an amended agenda out for Wednesday. So I can add that.
All right. Anything else? Otherwise, we're good.
I just wanna make sure she gets on here, otherwise it's another.
Oh, one
Month.
thing.
Just about ready.
Are you guys, up to speed on, this murals across Menominee and how they're gonna be painting on one of the buildings across my fair?
No. What's that?
It's,
They haven't decided yet, are they?
no, it is. It's a
They are gonna
go.
paint there?
It's a go. They haven't decided yet what they're gonna paint, but it's most likely gonna be on the north side of the white brick building.
North side.
North building, north side.
Yeah,
Did you get to look at it?
20 or
No,
30.
north
10-foot tall by 30-foot or 20-foot wide.
Is there any chance that they could incorporate the animals that are in that building onto the mural?
I think they're doing like, it's like the
It's a-
past.
It's some historical land, it can only be picked from a few.
So the fair has been here since 1885. Why can't we have a fair scene on a fairgrounds building?
I 100% agree with
Or
you.
something like that would be
Mhm.
cool.
The
Something,
Dodge County or somebody, the big
Mhm.
example they gave for.
Yeah.
Larry can vouch for it on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it needs to be, instead of a golden submarine that I never heard of.
Oh,
I
you
never
haven't?
knew. No, I never heard of that.
Geez, Jeff, where have you been?
No, that one I have, but the one I'm in.
Oh, that's right, they don't
No,
have
no,
any lakes
golden,
out there in
yeah.
Red Cedar.
Right, no. Just
It's got a lot of
Rocky
swamp.
Meeting's adjourned.
Lake. No, but
Yeah.
I just think it would be really cool if
I
it was
agree
a
with you.
fair
Yeah.
picture on a fair building
Yeah.
Too.
Yep,
Yeah.
could be.
for
Yeah.
historical.
I agree.
The county building, but they don't.
There-
That'd be-
There were some weird,
I gotta stare.